Brewton, Alabama, which is a small southern town. Brewton has what I would call a very honest society here. You know, if I think of somebody whose grandfather stood on a log and rolled that log to Pensacola, Florida, and walked back, I think you come from pretty good stock here.
So what we've experienced in rural America is what we call the brain drain, and it was certainly a focus when I was in economic development, but the idea is that our young folks are having to leave our rural communities to seek opportunities elsewhere.
You're always looking, if you're the mayor, to provide a better future for the people that live here or the people that want to come back here. Provalus was that opportunity.
Our focus at Provalus is to be able to keep our young folks in the communities and make sure that they're our future leaders. I mean, it's going to take our young folks staying in our communities for the future generations.
Provalus is a people business, and what we do is we provide IT outsourcing services and business process outsourcing services. What's unique is we do it in small town rural America.
A big part of what we see in rural America is that people want to work, and they want to work hard, and they want to be proud of their work. Many of them either don't want to leave their hometowns because they're caring for family members, or they can't. For some of them, it's even a lifeline. So having the chance for a corporate job with a growing career path is absolutely critical to their success and often critical to the health and well-being of their families.
We find that in rural America, there's just an attitude that's more welcoming, that's maybe a little slower paced, more accessible, less stressful, and customers love that experience. So it's kind of a little bit of a secret weapon for us.
I've been in the IT outsourcing industry for a long time. What I haven't been able to see done successfully until now is what Provalus is doing. Because we're revitalizing rural America and we're investing back in America, back in the communities that need it the most.
You walk our floor and you're going to see folks that weren't going to the paper mill, they weren't going to the lumber mill. So being able to be that opportunity for those folks who really got lost in our system is extremely unique.
Born from that idea was what we called Mission with a Margin, which is to create a business in rural America that would compete against these offshore outsourcers and would beat them on quality and value. And that's exactly what we're doing. Part of our value proposition is our ability to rapidly train up talent. The way that we're able to do it is really through what we call Tech Foundry.
Our training programs are really key in this because we can bring in people at all levels and spend time training them and getting them ready for the jobs. So that enables us to have this engine that continue to fuel itself and make sure that we're successful with all of our engagements.
But it's not just IT training or the process training the customer needs. It's really about how do you behave in a professional work environment? Because this might be the person's first commercial job. We've got a partnership with the Department of Defense called the Skill Bridge program, where we take veterans and help them transition into private sector. We have some of the highest productivity of any provider. On a per hour basis, our people are higher paid than people that are offshore, but on an amount of work produced, we are a better value.
So when we go into towns and we help kind of employ 200 to 300 people, that's a $20 to $30 million impact to that local economy.
And you can imagine the multiplier effect of that. You can walk down the street here in Brewton and look at an entire row of buildings that were boarded up a year and a half ago that now have boutiques, a coffee shop, a pizzeria. That's only here because of the money that's flowing through these facilities. So we're really proud of that.
We were able to see some green space come back in and really just improve the landscape of downtown. So it's been an amazing transformation in this community. 5 years later after opening up in this community, and if you don't get downtown early, you're not going to get a parking spot.
These are the things that you start to see from not just investing in the talent and the people, but the compounded interest of going into these communities and investing. So yeah, we're willing to not sleep and work 100-hour work weeks and see 50% growth year over year and continue to set those stretch goals because we're literally changing the lives of people that are in these communities and need it.
In almost every single case that I can tell you, our quality is higher, our attrition is better, our attendance is better, And so you overall have a better product than any of the competition. And a lot of that is because, again, there's such a sense of pride in the community of wanting to do a good job of sitting side by side in a center with all of your coworkers on a day-to-day basis.
And so, yeah, you come into small town America and you get reminded what this country is about. There's probably 80,000 cities like this across the country. We planes, trains, and automobile to get to all of these towns. The question is, how fast can we all do it? And, time will tell.
We are now opening a center almost every quarter. So 3 to 4 centers a year. For all of us that live the mission, it's exciting to see that acceptance in the marketplace, that accelerated growth across this country.
It really comes back to the mission of the company. There's probably nothing better than to see an old warehouse that hasn't been occupied for 20 years, that you come in, renovate it into a super cool tech center, put 250 people to work there that are now on a career path that was not even possible before. And when you step back and look at it, mainly what we say is, let's do it again.